Now, as we look at these verses, I want you to keep in mind, we celebrate chapter 5, the fruit of the Spirit. But in our real celebration, in Galatians 6, it says, now, if you got what you say you got, come on, let me see what you got. All right? We'll sing a song in church. You know, I don't mind helping folk. And then right after church, somebody broke down on the side of the road. What happened?
You drive right on.
Woman, what happened to that song, though? You know, and so that's what the essence of chapter 6 is. And today's focus, even when you are filled with the Holy Spirit, we have to be true to ourselves. That's what the lesson will teach us today. I want to focus in on verses 3, 4, and 5. Galatians 6, verses 3, 4, and 5.
For if a man think himself to be something, when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself.
What is that in English?
Yeah.
Which one is
Not
it?
what you think you are.
Now, most of the time when somebody says that to us, the average person, we get offended. We call them you're just jealous. And because in our own reality, guess what? Yeah, it is true. Yeah. Just because you ain't, I am. And we base it on how we dress, where we live, what we drive, where we work, how much money we make, if we went to school, where we went to school. See, where we went to school is only an issue if you didn't graduate.
Right. Right.
See, if you graduated, it don't even matter where you went. I have a
Degree.
But now, if you didn't graduate, then what's important is where I went. I need you to understand something. I went to so-and-so school.
Yeah.
See, when you graduate, you don't care where you went. Yeah, but you do have a degree, though. Yeah, and yet, we think all of these things, and yet the scripture says, a man's life consists of more than the things he possessed. God says, I don't even count. I don't even start counting from there. Watch this. Galatians 6:3 says, it don't matter what you think. Oh man, newsflash. You got it up there? Read the Amplified.
For if any person thinks himself to be somebody, too important to condescend to another's, to shoulder another's load, when he is nobody, of superiority except in his own estimation, he deceives and deludes and cheats himself.
Now, based on that reading, that verse is not isolated then.
No.
What does it go with? Now, go to 2. Okay, now what did he just do? Did he go up or down?
He went down.
See what I mean?
The words went down.
I went up, but the words came down.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did he do?
With both.
Previous.
Yeah.
So when I was saying it from 3, if I go to 2, what did you say then? Do what?
Go back. Go up. Go down.
See what I'm talking about? Go what?
Yeah, whatever. On the mouse pad, go down. And go up.
Previous verse.
If you on your phone, then you'll just go up. We'll scroll down.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Forget it. Just go to 2. Go to 2. See? Don't be big time it. Verse 3 goes with 2.
Yeah.
We are commanded to do what?
Bear.
Watch this. And I love Amplify because it's going to explain or expound what burdens really are. You see it?
Yep.
What?
Troublesome moral faults.
Mm. See, a moral issue is an internal one.
Right.
Yeah.
Most of us struggle with those because those are not the visible ones.
Yeah.
See, drugs, smoking, sex, all that, yeah, that's external. We see those easily. But then, yeah, the internal stuff that we struggle with. When you don't ever say nothing, but deep down, you know you're better than him. See how you ain't saying nothing? You know you're better than her. I know I have a better hair grade than he do. Now, these are not, you'll never say these things out loud, but in your heart.
You said it a big time.
Watch this. And as a result, we don't help. We're commanded to help because in this way we do what?
Fulfill.
And what?
Observe perfectly the law of Christ.
Why is it the law of Christ? Why is helping the law of Christ?
That's what he
That's
did.
what he
I did.
did. He did. He walked
Set
it
the
out.
example.
Watch this. Did he only help those who asked for help?
No.
In some instances, he helped folk who didn't.
No, they didn't know they needed it.
Not only did not know they needed it, didn't really
Want it.
want or deserve it.
Yeah.
You see how shallow it is when it comes to helping folk? You know how many conditions we got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, if you don't look a certain way,
Wow.
if you don't talk a certain way, if you don't treat me a certain way, and I mean until I finish. And don't clown me while I'm in the midst of helping you. Come on.
It's funny that we're on the scripture today, but last Sabbath after we left church, I had to go to Valley Ranch to pick up something, right? So when we went around and got on 80 to 635. When I was getting on the ramp, I heard something go clunk on my tire. So we go all the way out there. I pulled in the Chase Bank to get some gas, and my tire go down. From right here all the way to Valley Ranch. You hear me? So the bank closed at 2, so I got in, I got my money, I got back to the car. So I'm figuring out how to get the jack down, because I ain't never let the jack down in the truck. And this white guy was coming to the bank, but they closed the door in his face. So he watched me as he walked by. He sat in the car. And he waited till I got the jack down, and then he came and offered help. He said, man, I was just going to wait to see how you was going to get this tire down, and I was going to come over and see could I help you. How about this man took me in the AutoZone to get a jack. I'm to my, we left Valley Ranch and went into Urban off of Rochelle.
Ooh, that's
He
fine.
drove me all the way over there, brought me all the way back, waited till I put the tire on, and then he left.
Wait. He did that after the bank shut the door on him.
Shut the door in his face. He went to his car. I thought he was finna leave. He sat in his car and waited.
Now watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Don't miss this.
See, that's it.
And this is why we bring this realm into it. And what color was he?
White guy.
Now, if we on our way to the bank, us,
Late.
and they shut the door on us,
We
He
mad.
pissed him a fit.
this done throw it off.
Hold
The
it.
rest of it.
The rest of the day.
Now, I would help you, brother, but I'm dealing with something right now.
I can get what I like to handle this bank.
Listen to us.
Not only that,
Yeah.
but because I watched you come out, as I was trying to come in, oh yeah, okay. I ain't about to help you, cause see,
Yeah, you got your money.
yeah.
I can get mine. But with all of this going on, here's the situation. Here's a man who, he need help. Oh, wow. This ain't no woman stranded. Y'all ain't hearing this. Not only here's a man that needs help, here's another man who can help. Oh, y'all missing this. Watch this. Watch this. Now, see, it's nice when clearly someone has gone to help you. gone.
Help somebody else.
I'm talking about somebody not only you don't know,
Right.
you may not never.
See him again.
Mm. I worked with a guy, Dillis. That man, if I called, he coming. And you know, you offer him money. This is what he want. This is what he wants you. Yeah, this is what he wants you. If you had to help me, would you let me pay you? I said, no. He said, that's all you know. And he never, and I'm talking about, we broke down in Quintant.
Yeah.
That's about an hour outside of Dallas on 80.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, when you talk about, and God's showing us, there. I call church brothers. They were not available. And I'm scrolling on my phone, and I saw the guy's name was John. I went right on past that. And the Lord said, call John. I went down. The Lord said, you need to call John. I called John. Now, mind you, I hadn't talked to him in 2 or 3 months. Hey, where you at? I'm watching my grandkids. I said, okay, man, that's good. How your wife? She good? I said, okay. All right, man, well, enjoy your grandkids. I hung up. He called me back.
He knew something was wrong.
He said, what's wrong? He said, I know you didn't just call me to be calling me. That's what I'm telling y'all. God help, even when we don't help, God help.
Right.
Yeah.
We ain't cooperating, he still help.
Yes, sir.
I said, man, we stuck in Quintant. He said, where in Quintant? When I told him the gas station, he went to describing landmarks.
Wow.
He said, I know exactly where you're at. He said, I'm on the way. Now, he comes to Quintant now, picks us up. Now, because the transmission went out of the van after I just got it fixed. Now, from Quintant, now, he bring us back to Mesquite, because we need to rent a car. They wouldn't rent us a car. I didn't have no bank, no. So from Mesquite now, whatever he got to do, okay, well, then from Mesquite, he take us all the way to the house. When we lived in Hutchinson. Yep. I went to off him, he said, man, would you, if you help me, would you let me pay you? I said, man, John, quit playing, man, that's a long way to drive. He said, if I'd have called you, would you come help me? He said, you know, I would have. He said, that's all I need to know. Y'all watch this. God stands us up. Don't miss this. So that we can now help stand somebody else up.
Yeah.
You weren't questioning God when he was standing you up.
Right.
Oh, you missed this. Then they ask the question when we're positioned to help stand somebody else up.
Yeah.
All right? Galatians 6:4. Watch this.
But let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone, and not in another.
See, it's hard to read. I don't read good in English. Read Amplified and we'll go somewhere and share with this man. Come on.
But let every person carefully scrutinize and examine and test his own conduct and his own work.
Watch this.
He can then have the personal satisfaction and joy of doing something commendable in itself alone, without resorting to boasting comparisons with his neighbor.
Most of us, if we help, we only help so that
You can say something about it.
we can come back and report what.
I did.
He did.
Watch this. Now, you heard Dick just say, truck, flat, and the guy helped. Who was helped?
I would. He would.
So then, who got something to say?
The
You
one who was
just
helped.
told the story.
The one who was helped.
That wasn't the white man's to tell. Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all, I saw this end stranded. And I had to help. That wasn't his to tell.
Yeah.
When we help somebody who are struggling in a situation, if anything is told, it's theirs to tell. Watch this. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 10. And what you missed in verse 4 is the reason why most of us don't help. We spend too much time comparing.
All right. Right.
Yeah, I don't help folk that don't dress like I dress.
Oh, wow.
I don't help folk that don't smell like I smell. I don't help folk that don't live in the same neighborhood I live in. Y'all missing all this.
Right.
2 Corinthians chapter 10. Watch how this lays out. Verses 12, 13, and 14. Watch this.
For we dare not make ourselves of the number, or compare ourselves with some that commend themselves. But they measuring themselves by themselves, and comparing themselves among themselves, are not wise.
That's too much back and forth, ain't it? Paul says you lining up your stuff with somebody else's stuff, and they line up their stuff against your stuff, and then you line up yourself with yourself. He said, all y'all crazy. Watch this, 10:12 Amplified. Watch this.
Not that we have the audacity to venture to class or even to compare ourselves with some who exalt and furnish testimonials for themselves. However,
Who what? Who exalt and what?
furnish testimonies for themselves.
Furnished testimony.
See, you're missing this. We compare because we think whoever has arrived is the standard.
Wow.
I don't care whose church got 10,000, 15,000 members. The goal is not to be like them.
Right.
Are you missing all of this?
Yeah.
Amen.
Because they are not the
Standard.
Keep reading.
However, when they measure themselves with themselves and compare themselves with one another, they are without understanding and behave unwisely.
They just had the Golden Globes, and we make such a big deal about how folk dress. Now here's the real question. The people who are judging the dressers, who authorized you to judge?
They came their own self.
Who gave you the authority to say what was a good outfit and what's a bad outfit? But boy, we be listening and we be plugged in. I didn't even see it. I just heard it reported. And supposedly Carrie Washington, they just dogged her outfit is so. I told my daughter, I said, what did she wear? When she showed me the picture, I said, ain't nothing wrong with that outfit. But man, if you listen to the... Watch this. Look at 13.
We, on the other hand, will not boast beyond our legitimate province and proper limit,
Watch this.
but will keep within the limits of our commission which God has allotted us as our measuring line, and which reaches and includes even you.
Did you hear that? I can't compare myself to you because you're not the standard. And verse 13, reality sets in. Go to 1 Corinthians 4 and 7. The writer says, I don't know why people be going back and forth, tripping. I work with the owner of about 25 McDonald's. Nice brother. Now, the one store that I work at that he owns, that's about a $3 million a year store. He owns 25. That one store, and that's in the hood, the tough part of town. That's a $3 million a year store. He owns 25. He owns 2 at DFW Airport. He has owned about 25 McDonald's for the last 15 years. He drives one of his cars is a Bentley. He just bought a 2017 Cadillac Escalade. So I ain't a hater. Man, I be celebrating with him because if you're making that kind of bread, that one and whatever other kind you want.
Right.
If his suits is coming straight from Italy, 25 McDonald's. Watch this. See, I don't hate because, see, when I talk to him, he says that was the day he didn't own that.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't saying that. He said there wasn't nobody around when I got my first McDonald's and we didn't have an ice machine in the McDonald's. Y'all ain't hearing me. He said, and every summer, he said, I had to make trips just to make sure the store kept ice in it. I got to go to the ice house, get ice, bring it to the store, and as fast as I'm bringing it, they started making drinks. I got to go get the ice. And then he said, what was you at when I had 2 or 3 stores, but then when I was running short of buns, I got to go to the bread house.
Yeah.
And he said, I had to buy a car that got enough room in the back where I kept buns in the back. I kept this in the back. People run out of ketchup, running out of tomatoes, running out of this. I got to keep this in the back on ice. I got to keep this in the back on ice. He said, where was you when I was driving all over town? And when I didn't have nobody else. I was my own company.
Yeah.
No, they said nothing. He said, you see my glory, but you don't know my story. And so see, when you see him now, it's like, yeah, hey, I can't help but congratulate.
Right.
Yeah, because he'll tell you, nobody but God helped him go from where he was to where he is. It don't matter if you don't like it now.
Right.
See, y'all, watch this, because when we learn how to celebrate with somebody that has, while you don't have. When we learn how to celebrate with somebody who has,
That's right.
while you don't have. When we learn how to celebrate with somebody who has, while you don't have. See, we're talking about how they got it and you ain't got it. And go to Ecclesiastes 3:1. There's a time and a season for everything. What you got to learn to do is celebrate. Hey, it just might be this person's season.
Yeah, that's right.
Dad had 4 sons, and in the wintertime, told his son to go out in the yard. The son went out in the yard and looked at the tree. And in the spring, he sent another son out, looked at the same tree. In the summer, he sent another son out, looked at the same tree. And in the fall, sent his 4th son out, looked at the same tree. And he asked the first son, what did he see? He said, I saw a cold, ugly tree. Second son said, that ain't what I saw. I saw a tree that was starting to come alive. The third son said, I don't know what y'all was looking at. He said, I saw a tree that was budding and was getting ready to produce. The fourth son said, all 3 of y'all wrong. I saw a full live tree in its blooming season and the fruit ready to just be picked.
Yeah.
The daddy said, all 4 of y'all are right. Because you saw the tree in its season.
Amen.
Y'all, and we look at folk.
Oh my.
And just because it's your winter season, is no indication that it's your everyday season. It may not be my time to produce.
Right.
It don't mean I won't produce, it just may not be my time to produce. My God. Watch this, watch this, watch this. 1 Corinthians 4:7. Look at this.
For who maketh thee to differ from another?
Y'all that like to compare.
And what hast thou that thou didst not receive? Now if thou didst receive it, why dost thou glory, as if thou hadst not received it?
Watch this.
For who separates you from the others as a faction leader?
Who
Who
always
makes
want to
you?
compare? You know, we're in a t-shirt and jeans. But then you got a quarter raise on your job. So you went down to K&G or whatever, you got a suit. Now, watch this. See, when you come in that town with your suit, you know how you come in here. Oh, they saying that.
Can't sit down.
You ain't bought a new dress in 17 years. You done went somewhere and the dress, you got, the stockings, the shoes match, the earrings, the necklace, the brooch, you got your hair colored, tinted to match, the sash on the side, the matching purse, your fingernails matching and all of that. You don't just come in and sit in the back and not this week. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Watch this, watch this, watch this. And you know how we act. But the real question is, why do you think you're different? Keep reading.
Who makes you superior and sets you apart from another,
Wow.
giving you the preeminence? What have you that was not given to you?
Listen at that.
If then you received it from someone, why do you boast as if you had not received, but had gained it by your own efforts?
Right.
Now just think about that.
Right.
Did you hear it right? Everything we got,
Yep.
then why you act like it wasn't given to you?
Yeah, right.
Watch this. Go to Luke 18. This is us all day and all night. We don't even attempt to live a godly life. We live a compared life. See, Vanessa, I'll admit, I got some ways. But what I know is I'm better than you. Is she the standard? But we talk like that. Yeah, I might cuss, but I don't smoke. So the smoker worse? I smoke, but I don't chase women. Okay, so chasing women worse? Watch this prayer. Luke 18:10.
Two men went up into the temple to pray,
Watch this.
the one a Pharisee and the other a publican.
Who wanted to pray then?
The gentleman in the church.
Both of them.
Yeah, but they told you what kind was it?
One was in church, and one of them was.
One was Pharisee, tax collector.
One was in church and what?
One wasn't.
But they both.
Went up to pray.
Ain't that something? Come on.
The Pharisee stood and prayed
Here we go.
with himself, God, I thank thee that I'm not as other men are,
Oh, wow.
extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as this publican.
Who never, act like you ain't never prayed that prayer. Oh, Lord, I thank you that I ain't like Dana. Act like you ain't never said that before. I don't know why y'all won't tell the truth, man. We may not say it out loud, or we really said it before. Watch this. We said it just like he said it. Look at it again. How did he pray it? How did he pray it?
Standing up.
Standing.
Look at 11. And pray thus how?
With himself. By himself.
Let the record show.
Honor of himself.
I'm not like other folk. I'm not even like this joker right here. He thanking God about that. Look at his prayer.
Yeah.
You think he ain't serious?
Yes.
He thought God was serious.
He got more resume. Verse 12.
I fast twice in a week. I give tithes of all that I possess.
Act like you ain't never gave God your resume.
Wow. Jesus.
And it ends right there. Now here's the real question. Go back to verse 9. I want you to see this.
And he spake this parable unto certain which trusted in themselves, that they were righteous and despised others.
You see that? This is an object lesson. Jesus trying to teach them something. He's talking to a group that's what?
Self-righteous.
Arrogant. Into themselves.
They not only trusted in themselves, they honestly believed what?
What they can say. Right.
The Bible says our righteousness to God.
Is the rain.
Watch this. What is real prayer then? When you pray, what are you praying for? That's not rhetorical. What are you talking to God for in the first place?
Sometimes we go to him with, instead of thanking him for even the situation that you're in, we go there asking him to like, get that other person, get him right, instead of saying, let me work on myself, but you go there sometimes, trying to pray for the person that probably that you having some issues with.
See, and even with that, you gave two things. You said we should be thanking God. Okay. And most of when we don't thank God, we're asking him for something.
We do.
All right. What is the essence of his prayer?
Himself. Or what he wasn't.
So, what are you praying for?
For God to acknowledge him and his words.
Yeah, and he wasn't like that.
So, what is God supposed to do from heaven? Jesus trying to make a point. So was the Pharisees' prayer answered?
Didn't ask for nothing.
What is God supposed to do with this?
Yeah.
Do we
Yeah.
supposed to be entertained?
Wow.
And what? Look at 13.
And the publican, standing afar off, would not lift up so much as his eyes unto heaven, but smote upon his breast, saying, God, be merciful to me, a sinner.
Was that a prayer?
Yeah. It was.
the text doesn't say whether he had an issue with the Pharisee or not, but what is clear is he knew if anything was to break off, it needed to start with him. Oh my God. Jesus trying to prove a point. How many of us in our prayers, when we approach God, we're not even in the list? We done brought all these folk up to God and before God, and God is like, hey, 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 hey! What about you?
Yes.
Right.
If I'm going to start somewhere, why don't I start? Be merciful to me, somebody who used to sin. What are you saying?
Present. Especially wicked sinner.
I did it
Yesterday,
yesterday,
today,
Before.
and I'm probably,
You don't get it.
watch this. Is that a real prayer though?
Yes, it is.
Read the next verse.
I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other.
Wait. Wait a minute. Did you hear the term Jesus used? What does that word mean?
right standing with God. That's what it says.
Let the record show, when we stand before God, we're guilty. I don't care what the offense is. When we stand before a holy God, we are guilty. Justified is to be acquitted of all charges first. Got to deal with the charges. And then after he cleans the slate, we are declared righteous. Are you kidding me? Then whose prayer got answered? The one who actually prayed a prayer.
Right.
Jesus says, this man leaves church, whether he knows it or not, justified.
Right.
Notice what he says in 14. Rather than, watch this. You know why they both prayed? Because they both needed to be justified. The first man just didn't know it. Watch this. When you don't think you need help, guess what?
That's right.
You don't ask for help.
That's right. Amen.
And when the dust settles, guess who really needs the help?
Right. That's right.
You ever been in a car with somebody driving and clearly we're lost? It's apparent to everybody. You ain't been there before. Everybody else in the car. Hey, can we stop in that street? What are you directions for? This is the driver talking. Now, if you're the driver, just look straight ahead. Won't nobody even know it's you. Just look at the screen if you've been the driver before. Don't stand there. Just look straight ahead. What are you directions for? I know where I'm going. So, it's passing this tree 3 times. This on the way to the where we're going.
We was like seeing this.
This is how we get here. We done passed the tree 3 times. I'm trying to get somebody. I'm trying to get
There's a
lot of things like this around here. 4 or 5 more times until it gets settled in the driver. See, as long as the driver don't believe he lost, we're going to keep being lost. It's not until it's settled in them. I need to get some gas. We already have 3 folks on the table. What we need gas for? Oh, we need to get some gas. Well, I need to use the bathroom. Y'all wait till I come out. Why we can't all go in together? Because it's necessary that y'all not know that I don't know where I'm going. Y'all watch this. See, if you don't believe you need help, you won't ask for help.
That's right.
And you can't help a person that don't believe they need help.
Amen.
That's right.
Amen.
And some of us have attempted that,
Right.
and you're into a brick wall.
Right. That's it.
Here's the reason why the first guy couldn't get justified. He says in 14, for everyone that what?
Exalted.
Exhausted himself.
And guess what the Pharisee was?
He was exhausted.
He was already there.
Yeah.
Right.
See, he didn't say, God, I need you to lift me up. Why he didn't pray that? Because I'm already there. Matter of fact, really ain't no much higher than you can get than this.
Right.
Wow. And because he didn't require exalting, guess what? Listen what he says. Everyone that exalts himself shall what?
Be humble.
Watch this. And he that
Humble himself will be exalted.
go back to Galatians and we read a prayer. That may be the reason why, very simple reason why some of our prayers don't get answered. It's not even the content of our prayers as much as it is how you approach the one who you believe to answer the prayer.
Amen.
Jesus said the man wouldn't even look up to heaven. Verse 2, we're to help. We can't not help verse 3 because we don't think we have to help. Verse 4, you can't quit comparing yourself to other folk. Christ alone is the standard. Verse 5, it says, every man shall bear his own load, his own burden. Christ stands us up so that we can help somebody else stand.
That's right.
The best way we help others stand is by consistently showing folk, I don't care what you think you've seen, it's Christ that's holding this up.
Yes, Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
See, we refuse to tell folk the real truth. We invite folk of our house, oh man, this is a bad house. We're in it because of the Lord.
Yes, amen.
Amen.
You won't tell the truth.
That's right.
Yes, amen.
This person like y'all paid $10,000 for it. Well, if we hadn't found it on sale, we would pay $10,000 for it.
Right.
See, you won't tell folk the truth.
Right.
See, it wasn't $5,000 couch, but you got it for $300 because it's a scratch on the back.
Amen.
But you got it backed up against the wall so nobody see the scratch.
Right.
Y'all ain't saying nothing. And you want folks to think you all in the bag of chips. Tell folks the truth. I would have paid $5,000, but it's a big old long scratch on the back of this thing that I got against the wall. That's why you can't see it. There's wrong with the rest of this couch. Y'all ain't saying nothing.
Amen.
Duct tape across the back.
Yeah. They done dropped stuff off the truck. It's got a dent in it and all of that.
Yes.
Yeah. And you would. I ain't buying it with no dent in it. We finna knock $800 off of it. Can somebody put this on the truck?
Yeah,
Right.
that's right. That's true.
Y'all laughing.
No, that's for real.
That's real right there.
$1,200 washing machine, and because it's got a big dent on this, do this work?
Go to
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Man, it's brand new, and it's got a dent in the side. Can't sell it for $1,200. I'm gonna sell it for $200. Man, if you don't put this on this truck right now,
Yeah.
I don't walk forward to the laundry room talking about, don't look at the dent on the side of my washing machine. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Man, as long as this thing works.
Yeah.
That's it.
Come on. Come on.
I'm gonna sell you this Jag, but it don't. You know, I can't see the full price because ain't no spare tire, and the word Jag has been taken off the car.
All right.
Let me have
How about that?
The word on or off don't make this car drive no better.
Yeah.
it.
Y'all watch this. God stands us up so that people can see that nobody but God is standing us up.
Yes.
See, when you tell the truth, you bless people.
Amen.
And you got to know it's God. My brother in the Navy needed a car, looked in the newspaper, and there was a brand new BMW for $50. He went to look at it, and he didn't crank it up or down. He said, brand new BMW? It's got to be.
Something wrong with it.
About 2 or 3 days later, he was in the Navy. Another guy in the Navy, he saw driving the car. He said, man, that looked like, he said, it is the same car that was in the newspaper. He said, he said, man, you better believe I bought it. I mean, a BMW for $50? I don't care what's wrong with it. A BMW for $50?
Yeah.
Watch this. See? But here's the backstory. He said, the man told me he needed a car, man. He asked God for the car. The Lord said, look in the newspaper. He looked in the newspaper, here's a car for $50. Lord, what? He said, you say you need a car? Here's a car for $50. Well, the man went and bought the car for $50. Well, what's the backstory? Well, see, the Lord told him, see, my brother didn't want to respond. See, I'm trying to tell you, when God stand you up, This woman was in a divorce with her husband. It was the husband's car, but in the judgment, the judge saw that the husband had been misusing the woman, and so he told the woman she was free to sell his prized car for however much she wanted to sell it for.
Come on.
And she knew he would go absolutely berserk. Much as he paid for that car, for her to have sold that car for $50, she sold it for $50. Now, why did my brother get it?
He didn't believe.
He didn't believe.
He didn't believe it.
Y'all watch this. When God tell you to do a thing,
Right.
you better get there in a hurry.
Yeah. Glory.
Not so that folk can think you done got a raise on your job. Tell the truth.
Come on.
That's it.
God took a look at the pay, look at the papers, a car for $50. Y'all nobody
But Jesus.
but God
Yeah.
gave you a brand new car for $50. I don't know what the backstory is. See, when the truth is told, it wasn't because you were such a bargaining person at the dealership.
Right.
That was because God said, look, and there it is. God stands us up.
Yeah.
Broke up, tore up, and jacked up so that when folks see us,
That's right.
they're able to see that it's got to be a God
Yes. Amen.
working in your life
That's right.
that's using somebody that's tore up like you. And when folks see that God uses folk tore up like us, guess what? If he can use you, he ain't saying nothing.
Come on.
Then sure, it's got to be room for me in that place somewhere.
Right.
Jesus said, I came to call not the righteous.
Yes.
Father, we thank you and we praise you
Thank you, Lord.
that we don't compare.
Yes.
Because your word says, without you, in John chapter 15, we can do nothing.
Yes.
And we thank you and we praise you that we never lose sight of that.
Thank you, Lord.
With you, God, we can do everything.
That's
Without you, we can't do nothing.
Yes, Lord.
All for your glory, your honor, and your praise. We have what we have because you gave it to us.
That's right.
Yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
We know what we know because you taught us.
Yes.
We are where we are because you opened doors for us to get in here. We are sustained because you keep on making a way out of no way.
Right.
Yes, Lord.
cutting our pay, cutting our hours, but our quality of living ain't changed because it wasn't my money getting it done in the first place. Your word says you supply all of our needs according to your riches and glory in Christ Jesus. Father, we thank you that we never lose sight of where our real blessings come from. In Jesus' name, amen.